In this video, we're going to look at drawing straight line graphs. So we got an equation y equals 2x minus 3. So we need to work out the y coordinates from the corresponding x values. Now if we notice the table -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are from the values of x on the x-axis on the graph. So the easiest way to do a question like this is to substitute the value of x equals 0. So how did they get this value of -3? Well, let's write down the equation y equals to 2x minus 3, and we're going to substitute when x equals 0. So when x equals 0, what happens? Well, y equals to 2 times 0, remember the brackets means times here, minus 3. So now we get 2 times 0 is 0, minus 3, or 0 minus 3 is simply minus 3. That's where this minus 3 comes from. But where do we look to add on the other values? Well, I'm going to show you a small trick. What we're going to do is we're going to use this value in front of x, which is positive 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to add that value on. So we do plus 2 for all the values and so on. So now I'm going to do -1 plus 2, which gives me 1. 1 plus 2 gives me 3. And 3 plus 2 gives me 5. Now, what do I add on to 2 to give me -3? Well, that's going to be -5. We can check that. -5 plus 2 definitely gives me -3. So now that you've got that, we can now plot the values onto our graph. So what we're going to do is we're going to now draw these values in. So we're going to go along to x to -1. So we go across to -1 and we come down to -5. So we plot a nice cross for our coordinate. So the next point we're going to draw is 0, -3, like so. Then we're going to draw 1 and -1. Draw a nice cross through that. Then we're going to draw 2 and 1, just here. Then we're going to draw 3 and 3. And x equals 4, y equals 5. So 4 on x. 5 for y. So we get a nice straight line. Now we can tell that the answer is right because all the coordinates, they form a nice straight line there. We can draw a nice straight line through all those coordinates there, like so. And there we have it. That's our graph. And we can label that as y equals to 2x minus 3. Here's a question for you to try. You can pause the video, and when you're done, I will go through my work solution. Okay, welcome back. So we need to draw the graph of y equals 3x minus 2 for the values of x from -1 to 3. So I've drawn a table out for you. I've got those values from the graph on the x-axis. Now let's write the equation out, which is y equals to 3x minus 2. Now I said to you the easy way to do it is to plug in x equals 0. So let's do that first of all. So y equals to 3, remember the brackets means times, 3 times 0 minus 2, that gives me 3 times 0 is 0, then we've got to minus 2, so y equals to minus 2. So the y coordinate here is minus 2. Don't forget, we look at the value in front of x, that's positive 3. We're going to add this every time. So that gives me 1, then 1 plus 3 will give me 4, 4 plus 3 will give me 7. What do I add on to 3 to get minus 2? Well, that's going to be minus 5. Okay, so now I'm in a position to draw my graph. So I want to go across to -1 and down to -5. So I go across to -1, come down to -5, draw a nice coordinate here, a nice cross, 0 and -2. So you go here, 1 and 1, 2 and 4, and 3 and 7. So now I've got my ruler here, and I'll draw my nice straight line, going through all the coordinates, like so. And then I'm going to label my graph. You must always label your graph. So in our case, this is the graph of y equals to 3x minus 2.